We saw a viral moment. You kind of went off on Thesis and Meryl. Meryl came on the show shortly after that. What was that whole thing about?
They made a reference towards my wife that I didn't like, and if anybody knows me, they know that I don't hold my tongue. But I don't talk about anybody. I'll wait to see you in person. Like if you rewind any Breakfast Club tape or anything like that, if I had a problem with you, I say it right then and there. Whether it was Jesus and Meryl, whether it was Tyrese, whether it was even drama, I say it to your face. Reason being is because once I say it to your face, and it's there, it's over. I don't have no more to say. Now, if you leave and say it after, that's on you and your character. They said something about my wife that I didn't like, and when they came on the Breakfast Club, I approached them about it. When I approached them about it, they apologized on the Breakfast Club and said, my bad, it was over. And that was it. When they left, I'm sure social media came and then they changed and went on their show and went crazy and did a tour and all that other stuff. But after I say it to your face, and we look each other in the eye and it's done, it's done.
Now, was your reaction based on having a personal relationship with? Like, okay, I know y'all, we cool. Why would you go there? Is it that, or is it just, I don't care who you are, I don't have to know you?
It's both. It's both. I mean, it's your wife and your kids. It's like you don't let anybody talk to your wife crazy or make your wife look crazy or make your kids look crazy.
Right.
And if you do, they were on the show before. And if you do, when I see you, I'm going to talk to you about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what happened.
So morally, you have a different standard than some of the people that you work with.
My standard is always protect and provide when it comes to my family. Whatever that may be in that circle, that's who I am as a man and as a person. If you're not that way, or you're not that way, or she's not that way, or he's not that way, that's different. But my father always taught me, you never let nothing happen to your mother. You make sure your mother's always good. I don't care what happens. Right. Even if you die, you make sure that woman is good. And I've seen him do it many a times. So I'm the same way with my wife. I'm the same way with my kids, and I teach my kids to be the same way.
All right. So when you're on the show with Charlemegne, and he violates those same morals and principles that you have.
To who? To me?
To guests or people, whoever's on the show that day. Are you sitting there like, damn, wish this nigga would not do that?
I don't. What is he violated?
No, I mean, if he makes a comment about someone's family or a personal situation.
He'll ask a question and he'll make a comment based off what's out there publicly. I don't ever see him disrespecting somebody saying, your wife is ugly, or your wife is only there for this, or this, that, and the other. I don't see that. And if he did say something like that and somebody checked him for it, he wouldn't have a problem. And I don't think Charlemegne would have a problem with it. But he's not, he's not going to disrespect somebody's wife or kids.
Right.
I've never heard him say that.
Okay. But he has built up a relationship for kind of like poking the guests a little bit. And I feel like some people go up like the Beanie Siegel situation.
Fredro Starr.
They go up there on guard because they're like, he's the guy that's going to say something crazy.
But what I will say is this, and artists have a tough time doing this. If an artist says something, right, about anybody in this world, don't get mad when the interviewer asks you about it. Like the Fredro Starr situation, not to bring it back. Fredro Starr said he had relations with Brandy. He said it, right? He said it in an interview.
Right.
So why can't an interviewer ask you about it? You said it. It's not like he made it up. It's not like he heard. This is what he said. So Charlemegne asked him about it. Now he got mad and tight that Charlemegne asked him about it, maybe because it wasn't the way he asked, but he asked him about it. But that was what he said. You can't be mad at that. If anybody comes on the Breakfast Club and says something about an artist, an individual, and we ask them about it, nah, you can't be mad at that. That's why we don't take the here's these questions that you can't answer, that you can't ask.
You don't take those.
Nah, we gonna ask you whatever it is. Now you could answer it any way you want to answer it, but we gonna ask you because that's what the people want to know. You can't make a statement and then don't want to come on the show and be like, well, don't talk about that. No, you discuss that.
Yeah, there were a couple of interviews I had to turn down because it was right after something happened.
Right.
And they didn't want to talk about it.
And it makes you look corny.
Yeah, I was like, this ain't gonna make no goddamn sense.
Which makes no sense.
They're gonna be sitting here watching the whole episode like, really? Y'all didn't talk about that? Makes no sense. Do you find that that's tough? Like, being that you're such an open person, and in a lot of instances throughout the years, you allow yourself to be vulnerable to the public.
Yep.
Do you think that artists do themselves a disservice not talking about certain things?
No, yes and no. Perfect example was Fabulous, right? Fab was a very quiet person. And when I mean quiet, never really spoke in public.
Right.
Very guarded, introvert. If you know him, he's a jokester, he's a laughter, this, that, the other. But
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's hilarious, right? He'll crack jokes on you. That's Fab.
Right.
But I think social media got Fab out there being able to talk more, you learned his personality.
Twitter Fab.
Correct.
Twitter Fab was a thing for
Yes.
a little while. I don't know if y'all noticed.
Mm-hmm.
There was when we found out, like, yo, this nigga got jokes.
But
like,
it made you like him a little
Right.
more. He
A
was
lot
going
more.
back and forth at Kevin Hart at the time.
A lot more.
And it opened him up where it's like, damn, he's not just nice with the bars. He's a funny dude. And I
Right.
think it opened it up to people that might not have known or might not have liked Fab. It opened it up like, damn, he has a personality. So
Right.
for sometimes I feel like it is good. But then in the case of Beyonce, I think it's good for her as well that she's not open. Because I want my super duper stars, I want that little mysterious shit. Like I want the Michael Jackson, Prince, Mariah Carey, mysterious, like, damn, how do they live? Like, because it makes you want to know even more. It makes you more excited. Even Hov.
Yeah,
It
sometimes.
makes you more excited even more.
Right.
So I like it with those
But
artists.
sometimes it works against them. Because not knowing them, you look at case in point, Michael Jackson, you brought him up. You know, all the allegations that came out about him, there weren't many people that could refute it, or the public just had no idea what was going on. So it allowed people to kind of paint a picture because you didn't know what was there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But it didn't matter because I just went to go see Michael Jackson on Broadway and it was sold out. Like his legacy lives on. He's still one of the biggest artists, and we don't know much about his life, and I like it. I like the mysterious way you don't know what the hell Bubbles was. You know he was a monkey, but you don't know if it was his pet monkey, if he slept with Bubbles,
Right.
if Bubbles was just at the pool party with him. Like you don't know, and that's the mysterious side about it.
Right.
Same thing when you look at somebody like a Beyonce. We really don't know nothing about Beyonce. She really don't do interviews. She only gives you what she wants, and I think the mystery makes you like the artist even more.
yeah, but if somebody was to come out and be like, yo, Beyonce abuses her maid, she punches him in the face in the morning for no reason, there would be a bunch of people that'd be like, you know what? I think she does do that, just because you don't have an insight on it.
That even if they had an inside, they'd say that anyway.
Yeah.
Well, don't you think the mystery makes people pay more attention to the art?
That's true too.
In some cases, but then there's a Kanye where we pay more attention to the art because there is no mystery. We know a song about Kim is coming out. We know a song about this is coming out. He just went through this, so we know what the next record is going to be about. It kind of helps. I mean, I feel like we're entering the Truman era, where life is just going to be instantly online.
If we put it, and I think that's what hurt Kanye the most. What I think people loved about Kanye was the mystery, was the mask, was the this, was the that. But when he started telling everything, if you like him or not, you'd be like, damn, I don't think he's a good person. I ain't fucking with him. But before we knew that, before it became the Truman Show, like, think about it like this. When we were coming up on our artists, right? I didn't know who fucking Jay-Z was voting for, nor did I give a fuck.
Right.
Jay, just give me my Blueprint album.
Right, that's it.
Nas, give me Illmatic.
That's it.
Whatever it was.
Why you stopping the concert for this?
Yeah,
What's going on? Right,
Now people care too much.
right.
Like, why do you care who this person is voting for? Vote for what's your best
Well,
interest.
we're also
Vote for you who you
in the
care
era
about.
of cancel culture,
Right.
right? So like people, because we have this direct connection to the artist, people love to cancel. People are waiting by their phones like, who's next?
Yeah.
Right? So that means artists have to be more aware of the things that they say, places they go, right? If you're
Well-
on a certain level, you can't just be out here just like on Twitter. Especially if you have a team around you, right? A la Kanye, Beyonce, these mega stars. You have to be mindful because you also have, I always say, responsibility. So in addition to your superstardom, right, now people are following you. This word of following, right, on the internet, we're following these artists. We're paying attention to what they're doing. Whether you say you want to accept it or not, you're a sort of role model. So you have to be mindful of the things that you do because you can change how people behave.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you have to be a saint.
I didn't say saint.
Yeah, but when I
didn't
say,
say saint.
but when in the case of cancel culture, they
Right.
expect people to be saints.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, you think about it like this, and this is for all of us in here, right? If there was a camera for as many times as we fucked up, we probably wouldn't have none of us
Right.
would have our jobs, right? You can't say that you never drove home tipsy or drunk.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I'd never say that, and I'm not saying it's right,
Right.
but we was young and
Oh,
dumb.
like
and
a
just,
one night
we
stand and you went
made
raw. Yeah,
Yeah.
shit like that.
see, you going too
See,
far.
you're not gonna admit
You did go too far.
it. Certain people ain't gonna admit it.
But-
hey,
But like I said, how many
Happens,
times
though.
you were slumped over in a club, or how many times, whatever it may be, that you did some stupid shit.
right.
It was never documented.
Mm-hmm.
So, quote unquote, it didn't exist. Now these kids are facing with stuff that's documented. And people are not given a second chance. Just think about it like this, and I don't know if this has ever happened to you. Something ever happened and somebody give you a second chance, or officer say, yo, get the fuck out of here before you get in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Right? Think about it like this. Now, I don't know when this is coming out, so I'll say a couple days ago, Justin Timberlake, R&B pops, got arrested in the Hamptons, the whitest place.
Right.
15 years ago, that would never happen. They would have drove Justin Timberlake home and says,
Right.
don't worry about it. But now is the era of not only do they want to do it, they want to
They want to film it.
film it, show the body camera, release the body camera, you get arrested. So it's a different era.
This is what I'm saying. We're heading towards the Truman era.
Yep, it's scary.
And it is very scary. But how do we handle, like, okay, the platforms that you're a part of, how do you handle this need for instant information constantly?
See, the good thing about the Breakfast Club is
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.